Robin.
Fucking Louis C.K. That's what I say today. Opie and Anthony. Fucking that Catherine Hagel line.
Oh my god!
During the Seth Rogen interview was one for the ages.
That was totally honest.
Yeah,
because I see that poster of her.
The new movie, the chick flick.
Well, she's the new Sandra Bullock.
Right.
She's the new fucking unfunny. Fucking here she is in a comedy. How the fuck did she get a comedy?
Right. We lost Anne.
Like an institutional.
No, I was going to say. I was going to say we lost you. I think you're already texting to your new girlfriend.
No, I didn't. I'm not texting.
All right.
No.
Continuing. I'm sorry. I just needed to know where that was.
I had to adjust a setting.
We're
adjusting a setting.
Louis, there's so many ugly broads.
Yeah.
Here that when one comes by the window like that, we just...
No, that girl was office cute. She was office cute. Go up to her in the break room with your heart fluttering. Is there any way we could go out? And she says, sure. And you're like, I can't believe it. Then you get her outside the building and you go, can we go back in the building? I got work to do, you fucking pig.
Office Jesus.
But there's the poster you're talking about. Getting back to the...
Oh, yeah, look at that. Ha. You fucking assholes.
Yeah. I've been going off on
the ugly truth.
Covers,
Nothing makes
video covers or posters for months now. I can't take the stark white background, the girl with the and the guy with the smug kind of, and there's so many of these.
But see, the guy has the heart over his crotch, and she has it near her brain because
this is what we're trying to say is that men, you gotta shake your finger at a man.
Yeah,
he's a mess.
Yeah,
shut up, phone. Say a command.
And then you know what happens? I love these movies where it's the girl and the guy, and they're thrust together through some circumstance. Mm-hmm. And boy, they hate each other. Oh my God, they can't spend a minute with each other without arguing.
No, like fucking George Clooney and what's her stupid face.
Yes.
And they're in a cab, and they're I can't stand her. I can't stand him. I wonder if they're going to fuck each other in their stupid cunts later.
There's another one. Gee,
there's another one. No reservations. Back to back. And then their backs are touching, and they're looking at each other with a smirk.
That's how they all are.
Don't you just love that? That's men and women. Then you got to live with them and with women.
There's a moment where they, midway through the movie, where it's like, I think they're going to hook up. I think they're going on here. Oh no, monkey wrench thrown in the works. And they were so close to actually getting together. But now they hate each other more than ever. But they're starting to realize
there it is, another one.
So much
back
in
to
common.
back
to back, white back. Does Hollywood fucking have any sense of originality, or do they just do the same thing over and over and over again?
No, and when you see movies like that, I just see the executives over at their video monitor during the takes, and she's like crossing her eyes and falling down, and the executives are like, she's funny, she's really funny.
That's funny.
Not only nerdy, ugly people are funny, pretty people are too. Like, that's like the big code crack.
Yeah.
Is that they desperately want, like when you're in high school, either you're a fucking dumb jock that gets to fuck the vacant cunt blonde, or you're the fucking clever, kind of gnarly looking but clever dude who fucking gets into her pussy through her brain.
Right.
It's one or the other. But the thing in Hollywood is that they're all, even the executives are good-looking people. The executives are all popular, good-looking people, and they desperately want to find... It's like Muslims looking for a blonde guy that'll go on an airplane with a bomb. They'll never get it. They'll just never get it.
That's the ideal person.
The most they could get is like giving that Mohammed Atta guy like a haircut, and he's got this awkward smile. But today he would never get on now.
No.
But they're trying to get a good-looking woman who's fucking funny. But why would she be? She didn't have to be.
She didn't have to be. Anything she said, people would laugh at. It's not funny.
No, not in the least.
But they would laugh.
But that, or good, same thing with the guys. He's fucking, George Clooney. Yeah. Him and Brad Pitt, when they try to do comedy, and they just talk like this, and they do it really fast, and they make little jokes, and they're not funny.
Like any of the Ocean's movies.
Oh, horrible.
Like, what the fuck is that? I don't understand.
Here's 11 people who fucking suck. That's what those movies are called. Here's 12 people who fucking stink. Yes.
What was the last good movie you saw, Lou?
But by the way, the original Ocean movies were like fucking
fantastic.
Don Rickles and Dean Martin and these weirdos who were fucking funny as hell.
Funny guys.
Sammy Davis Jr. was not popular in high school. No. Got the shit kicked out of him by large white people. And now, he got his eye literally kicked out.
But
literally.
Then you could have, like you said, George Clooney and stuff, just who never had to work at it a day in his fucking life.
Pay people to say they're funny.
What was the last good movie you saw? Or funny movie, even? What's going on in Hollywood obviously drives you nuts.
I don't even give anything a chance anymore.
You don't even try.
I never really go. Well, I rent Crazies. Oh my God! Again, the back-to-back,
dude. And look, she's got a hold on. He's got the smile on, like I'm my own guy. I'll fuck whatever I want, and she's holding him by the scarf.
That's what you think.
I got you. Ugh.
P.U.
P fucking you.
P.
God damn it. No, I'll tell you the best movie I've seen recently.
I want to hear this.
A French movie called The Pianist, or The Piano Teacher.
Piano teacher.
Piano teacher.
There's this woman,
doesn't sound very good, Louis.
No, it doesn't sound very good.
French and the title, I'm going, wow.
All right, I'm going to ruin it for you so that it's worth talking about. Yeah, it's a French movie.
Read?
Yes, The Pianist.
Fuck that reading shit.
French woman, and she's a piano teacher at like a high-end academy in Paris. And you think you're just watching a movie about a woman who's a really tough teacher, and she's very cruel to students that aren't good enough. That kind of thing. And she's very weirdly mannered, and she has her tea, one of these just like really strict, unsmiling French woman. And then you're watching this movie, it's like 20 minutes, you're like, well, this is an interesting world I'm getting to learn about. I don't know, it's fine. And then she goes into the mall, and she walks around, you're just watching her walk around the mall, and then she goes into this video store, and you realize it's an adult video store.
Oh.
And you're like, what's she doing in here?
She's proper, why?
She goes into a booth, like a private booth, puts coins in, and starts watching like a ass fuck, black dick, white ass, and you come around behind her and you see this in the movie. You see the full on sex, and then there's a little bin, tissue bin. She reaches in and gets a cummy tissue and smells it while she watches the porn. And you're like, what kind of a movie is this? What kind of a movie is this? The thing is that it's so beautifully shot. You're like, this is just
a nice artsy
This
film.
is an artsy movie about artists.
Glow on the cum tissue.
Yeah, with a lot of piano, And then all of a sudden she's smelling a tissue while she's watching a guy fuck a girl in the ass. And she's got the same bitchy look on her face as when she's like with the metronome.
That is amazing.
And then some young pianist guy who she hates because she thinks he's a hack, like he plays very flowery and everybody thinks he's great. Yeah. But she's hot for him. And so she sees him being nice to a young girl pianist. So then you just see that. You see her observing him being nice to this young girl pianist who's about to do a recital, a student of hers. And then you see her in the cloakroom. You don't know why you're watching this. The whole movie's like this. Like, why am I watching her walk around a cloakroom? She finds a coat that she was looking for, and then she gets a glass out of the bar and she crushes it like at a wedding, a Jewish wedding. Puts it in a napkin and crushes it, and puts crushed glass in the girl's coat pockets. Then the girl puts her hands, and just her fingers are destroyed, and she can't do the piano recital. What? This woman is this psychotic, horny, crazy bitch.
People saying the movie was brilliant, but very slow. I guess that would be the walking around part.
Yeah, if you're a fucking American retard that watches Mel Gibson movies, it's slow. If you fucking take a breath.
Can you just
stop watching Hulk Hogan's fucking show? You might enjoy life.
Something different, right?
No, because I knew that right when Louis said, like, so I'm like, this is nice. I'm getting to know this world.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't just learn that in a 2-second clip. It takes a while.
But I go to the artsy theater, so I totally get that. You're like, all right, I'm learning about something I would have never learned about.
Right.
And then she's smelling a cum rag.
Yeah, well, then it gets to something you know all about.
Fantastic. It's a sick, twisted movie.
Now I want to see the movie.
It's one one of the best movies I've ever seen, honestly.
Wow.
And I see a lot of movies. Yeah.
I'm going to
Fucking
go
good.
see that today.
That makes my favorite movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Like, I feel like an asshole for them being my favorite
Police
movies.
Academy 3.
It's not that. No, 2 was good. But, no, I like, Sling Blade, I always thought was really, really good. I thought Billy Bob Thornton
What about a recent
really
movie,
good.
though?
And then, recently, I really liked the Prestige. I liked that movie.
Fuck, I still haven't seen
that was
goddamn
pretty
movie.
good.
Yeah,
That was
there's
pretty
a
good.
weird little twist there and the whole thing. And,
that was pretty
Christian
well
Bale
done.
was good in that one.
Christian Bale's good.
Yeah. So those I liked. Yeah, there's no real, stupid. Astronaut Farmer was fucking killer.
Oh, horrible.
That was great. And I look at something like Sling Blade, and written, directed, produced, everything by Billy Bob Thornton. And you go, this guy was one more of those away from being brilliant.
Yep.
Like one more, if you had one more Sling Blade in him.
Even a half a Sling Blade.
He was going to be Billy Bob Thornton, fucking, the amazing director,
you're so
writer,
right.
actor. And then he goes and does, Armageddon and fucking Astronaut Farmer and
continued all the way to Mr. Woodcock.
Mr. Woodcock and stuff. And you're like, what the fuck happened to Carl and that great dialogue and fucking, it was amazing.
Yeah. I agree.
Doyle.
What do you think of...
Doyle Hargrave was great in that. Like, just that. And then you think, like, okay, Doyle in that movie, in Sling Blade, he wrote that, yeah. He fucking, like Billy Bob, you don't think he wrote his lines, too? And wrote the kids' fucking lines and the mother's lines. It's like, how the fuck you do that? Because they were such great characters, all of them. And then, Mr. Woodcock and fucking...
Well, Sylvester Stallone made Rocky. He wrote Rocky, which is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to just shit in the mouth of America for the next 30 years. Yeah.
It's the Officer Cobretti. Call him Cobra.
God.
Oh, fuck, Tango and Cash. Or,
yeah.
Was he in Tango and Cash?
No, that was
the other one.
Tom Hanks?
Movies.
No, that was a...
Tango and Cash.
No, that was...
Yeah, it was
Stallone.
Stallone
And Kurt Russell.
and Kurt Russell.
Yeah,
That's right.
No, you were thinking of the one with the dog.
You're thinking of Turner and Hooch.
Turner and
Hooch, Tango and Cash.
That was Tom Hanks.
That's good. You get them confused.
Yeah, it's weird you got confused there.
Tango
I
and
don't know why.
I don't know.
Came out like the
Worlds
same year.
apart.
I think like 3 months apart or something. Hey, changing gears, what do you think of Obama having the beer sit down? We're going to all be talking about this tonight on TV.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a mess that he got into by saying anything about a local thing. I mean, hey, that cop was so intelligent. I mean, that's what fucked him over.
It really did.
If the cop hadn't said anything, it would have just gone away. But that cop just said, hey, and he even said, I support the president.
I support the president. He goes,
it's a local thing, and you shouldn't you don't know everything that happened. Every time it just shows that every time something happens when nobody was there, just a private moment between two people, then everyone's wrong. Absolutely everyone's wrong. No one should say a fucking thing.
How do you
don't know you weren't there. And then nobody knows what the woman really said when she called him. Everything gets distorted because people bring their own thing. So when you start with something and then you become the president saying something
well, the president
as definitive as that was stupid.
You should know better.
But it's because, then nobody knows what it's like to be Barack Obama and Louis Gates Jr. If you're black, like here's the thing with Louis Gates Jr., the thing that white people have to keep in mind, because we have different timelines in our heads. Like white people often say, I've heard so many white people say, slavery was 400 years ago. It was 130 years ago. It was really recent. People say that. Hey, we started 400 years ago. Slavery began.
We kind of mopped up.
Yeah, we got a couple centuries in.
And also
hit the lights until about
130 years ago is when it really stopped. And also it didn't stop, and then things have been just awesome for black people since that. Like that's the last bad thing to happen to any black person was slavery 400 years ago. That's what we think. And since then, we've just been showering them with gifts. Since then, it ended officially 130 years ago, really continued for another 80. And then,
give or take.
The thing to remember is that if a black guy or a black woman has little gray hair at the temples, they lived in an America where they were legally barred from using certain fucking bathrooms, where the country didn't let them use the fucking bathroom. Keep your big, black, smelly cock out of this room, you fucking black bastard. Like, that was the official American law.
Right.
Was you can't pee anywhere you want, fucking coon. Yeah. That's what it was like. And so you take that. So anybody that age remembers that and has had to live and go, okay, thank you for now letting me do what I should have always been able to do. Or you were raised by somebody. If anybody younger, a black person in their 30s or younger was raised by somebody who lived in an America like that.
Right.
So how do you fucking Louis Gates Jr., he's the president of fucking Harvard, and he sees a cop looking at him twice. He's like, what do I got to do? What the fuck do I got to do? So if you're the president of Barack Obama, you got Louis Gates Jr. calling you on the phone and telling you and just screaming at you, and you're like, oh boy.
No, I gotta say something.
Guys Barack's age are raised, again, they're their parents. So for better or worse.
Which one, though? The white one or the black one?
Well, I mean, every black person is Barack. I mean, imagine what Barack gets from black people older than him. Okay, now that you're in there, you're going to apologize for, take down the Washington Monument. He's like, look, I can't take down the Washington.
Black.
Listen, I can't take it down. Paint the White House black. I can't. Look, small moves. You go, fuck you. I told you if you get in there, you're painting the White House black. Yes, I did. Look.
The White House black.
Ugh. You know, when he got the call from Louis Gates Jr., he rubbed his temples and went, oh, God. I gotta say something.
I got the speech coming up here. I gotta say something.
I gotta say,
say something.
And then he prefaces it by saying,
right.
"I wasn't there."
Yes. Yeah.
But now let me talk like I was.
Yes.
And get into all kinds of trouble.
Exactly. So I think he made a mistake by saying something, but it's an understandable mistake on some level.
It turns out the cop was
that Stalker Patty on Maury just now?
Yeah.
Are they still running that?
Yeah.
That thing is
that
like
episode's running today. If anybody wants
again,
to watch it. Yeah.
that thing has been rerun probably 10 times. She talks about how she. Anyway.
God bless her. Anyway, back to the president.
But what a great angle that I haven't heard from anyone yet about Obama and the shit he has to hear from people.
What he hears from older black generation.
That we never get to hear.
No, we have no idea what kind of pressure he has.
You gotta imagine those phone calls are pretty fucking brutal. Like,
you gotta say something.
Yeah, you gotta do this for all of us.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, and part of having a black president now, it is a major difference, is that you're gonna hear a perspective you're not used to hearing. That's all. And it's not always gonna be right. It's going to be flawed from a black perspective, but it's just we've never
been in
that
situation.
Here's the only problem. I can wrap it up with what people believe I am. People believe I'm just a horrific racist.
I don't think you are.
Thank you, Luke.
Yeah.
I'm not that.
I think you're
horrific.
a delightful racist.
I'm very good. Now, here's the thing. I cannot stand the disproportionate amount of crime and violence in the black community amongst young black men. Mm-hmm. The disproportionate amount of violence, sheer, brutal fucking violence. And I'm not even talking just against, white folk. Black on black is amazing. It is amazing the willingness and quickness at which they will kill each other over nothing. And that, to me, it's too separate. I can't relate to it. I don't know other people that can relate to it. Did
you ever live in like a black neighborhood?
Yes, I lived in Central Islip. I lived on Hawthorne Avenue, if you know where that is.
But were you in like a white enclave, or were you in a black neighborhood?
Nope. I was in a black neighborhood with a few white kids that were petrified for their lives on a daily basis going to school. There was this kid, Keith Green, his name was, and he'd come up to me and go, give me 50 cents. Give me 50 cents every day. And I'd have to give him 50 cents. or it was like, wham, you're getting whacked.
You have to give him 50
cents. And I was
it had to be 50. It literally wasn't 50. It was 50.
Yeah, and Danny put the picture of 50 up.
It's funny there's a 50. There's got to be a 50-cent piece at some point.
50 cent, give me 50 cents. And he'd look down at me like give me 50 cents. And I'd be petrified petrified.
Sure.
I was so scared.
That's all he wanted was 50 cents.
Just 50
You're
cents.
like, I got $1. He's like, no, 50.
though, dude. So 50 cent was...
With inflation, that's,
it was
probably
huge.
10 bucks.
That was everything. That was lunch. That was, hanging out, candy after school. Everything.
50 cents.
All that
50 cent was huge.
All that for 50 cents.
Back in the day. Opie, back in the day. But, like, I don't like the excuse of
Coke and a Snickers.
That whole thing. Like the whole, all right, you're brought up in a black neighborhood, it's impoverished, it's this, it's that.
Well, I don't think it's that simple. I think, I lived in Roxbury for a while in Massachusetts.
Yes, in a pleasant area.
Very nice. In the Parker Street project. I lived on Parker Street, next door to the Parker Street projects.
Wow.
My car was stolen while I was fucking a girl. Like, I was fucking a girl in my apartment, and I heard glass, like that sound of car glass breaking, that safety glass, like outside the window, and I'm like, fucking, okay, that's right outside the window.
That's my car.
And then I hear the car starting, I'm like, that's my fucking car.
Jeez.
And I run out on the street and watch the car. I'm looking at the taillights of my car, and someone else is in it. And I go back and I call 911. Somebody stole my car. I can still hear it going down the Parker Street hill. And the guy goes, you got to come in and fill out a report. And I go, fucking send somebody here.
Right.
He goes, no, you have to come down to the precinct and fill out paperwork. And it's because I lived on the Parker Street projects, cops would not come there. They wouldn't come there. When I grew up in Newton, Massachusetts, there's fucking cops circling our house like the president is having dinner there.
Wonderful.
Constant police surveillance.
Isn't that great?
Of rich neighborhoods. And Parker Street, my neighbors were lovely people who lived behind bars. Like Ross Perot said in one of the debates, these people they put themselves in prison in order to protect themselves because cops won't go to these places and the city won't fucking clean the streets.
Why?
Because they don't give a shit about those people. Yeah, because
it's not so much that they don't give a shit about those people. They fuck themselves by going in those neighborhoods. Cops put their lives and their careers.
It's not the specific police. It's what resources are allocated to what places. And rich neighborhoods get more resources allocated to them than poor neighborhoods, and because that's where the tax bases are.
The tax is also paying for that protection. Yes,
it's really poor on poor violence, and black people have a poor look to them because a lot of them are poor and they have been historically. So it is a cycle. I think, though. I think it's a cycle.
So there's nobody that can.
If you neglect a neighborhood, everybody will. People rob and kill their neighbors. That's what people do. Yeah. They don't go to other areas.
Oh, no, I realize very rarely. It does happen. But I'm saying, yes, that's why I was saying black on black crime is amazing. You ever watch First 48? Where they got to take the first 48 hours of a murder and investigate it. And in the end,
I love those shows.
It is always, on this show, not only like Cops, where, you get to see some white trailers park trash, beating each other's senseless. This is all black guys killing other black guys.
Right.
The victim's black, the witnesses are black, the perp is black.
Why do you care about black on black crime, though?
I'm saying that is what makes this divide. Like, I've been fucking poor. I lived in my car. I've been impoverished for many years. I wasn't able to afford food. I dug change out of, like, couch cushions. I lived on friends' couches until they...
Your friend's couch and you dig the change out?
Yeah, I dig the change out to try to buy, like, Hydrox cookies. I couldn't even get Oreos.
Wow.
Yeah, just to that. So I've been, like, in that situation, but I understand. I'm not black. I have lived the whole legacy of that.
But I don't think it's just... I just don't think it's that simple.
But I have no idea of that lifestyle where life is so fucking worthless and violence is so prevalent where the want for violence. Like, if I got in a fight with somebody and I punched them and they fell down, I would not then stomp their head until they're dead or in a coma in the hospital or some shit like that. But that seems to be what's going on.
Well, can I just make a distinction, though?
Please.
As far as where this conversation came from.
Yeah.
Louis Gates Jr. being arrested and getting cranky about it.
Oh, right.
and that coming from his personal history being a painful one in America, understandably, and rising above it, by the way, and he didn't respond to it by being a black on black violentor.
No,
he responded to it by elevating himself and running the greatest
Black Studies
the greatest
program, by the way. which by the way is revisionist history a lot of times, and it's
he's the president of Harvard.
Ingrained
mistrust
of white people, if not a genuine dislike of white people.
Well, sure. Again,
that 50 Cent really.
That really did. Yeah. See, and by the way, this is interesting because then here's this other one: is you're definitely colored, so to speak, by the fellow who asked you for 50 Cent. That was a fear that was put into you that you'll never forget. And I totally, I respect and understand that.
Yeah.
That's going to mean that you're going to see all these stories differently. When you see Barack Obama saying they acted stupidly, it just is a beeline in a synopsis firing path in your brain that goes right to that guy asking you for 50 Cent anytime, and that's deeply ingrained in you.
But
and that's
50
understandable.
Cent was the last time I ever saw
when Louis Gates Jr. sees a cop with his hand on the butt of the gun, saying, "Sir, I need you to step away from your own fucking house." He just remembers. He remembers whites only fucking signs and all that stuff, and it drives him crazy. And so that's just everybody brings their own thing to it. I personally think that America's working remarkably well considering all that. It's considering all the wreckage of the history. It actually works pretty well.
The fact
that, look, people in fucking Iowa voted for Barack Obama. That means, whether or not he ends up being a great president, I think we're coming out on top of this shit. But it's complicated. It's a messy family.
I disagree.
My father came and stayed with me for a week. Well, 2 days. It felt like a week. It was 2 days. And my dad, I have such a fucked up history with my dad. But I got through it. I got through these 2 days. I was like, hey, you know what? We made it.
We can do this.
Like, he's 72 now. I don't know how long he's got left. I'm not sure, how he's making it. He's had a tough life.
Yeah.
And so I got through the 2 days, but there were moments during those 2 days where he just had said little things that I almost fucking hit him in the face. I almost had to call 911 and go, hi, listen, I just killed my dad and I need someone to come over here.
Take care of my kids for me, please. I like his take on that whole.
No, but
I like it.
And I'm not saying that here's the thing. I say it's understandable that certain older black people have an edge on them because of history. And then you take it to that it's an excuse for violence and murder.
Well,
but it's not. But I'm not thinking of that, and I do. But and again, it's just really fascinating that's your perspective because of what's going on with you in your life.
It's not just my perspective on that. That's kind of simplistic because I gave you one example of something that happened, and then
it's the only one that matters.
But it isn't
the only one. It's your first moment with a black man.
If that was the only knowledge I'd had of that. It would have been a forgotten memory, but it's reinforced constantly by just this unbelievably
like when you
outlandish unbalance in violent crime, and
although
perpetrating it.
All of it has been informed by the first experience you had. And I'm not saying this is a flaw. This is how everybody is.
So I'm watching a black man pummeling an old white woman for her money on a video surveillance camera, and it's because of 50 Cent that I look at that. I should look at him like a gentleman.
No,
then
what
the fuck am I?
Not.
What does 50 Cent have to do with
you
the way I interpret that?
You started a collection that began with 50 Cent.
But I can't. I'm not collecting. I'm being given this.
Right.
People are throwing this at me as I see from surveillance videos.
You're being thrown a lot. You're being thrown. Yes. By the way, Louis Gates Jr. I think from what I know, and I was there. I'm just going to keep adding to the mess.
You were there.
I'm just going to keep adding to the fucking mess. I was there. I am Louis Gates Jr.
I knew it.
And when I saw that cop, he acted wrongly. No matter what. Look, I got pulled over by a cop recently, and I was with my kids. This cop was a dick.
Okay.
And he was a young man. That's the thing. That's the other thing that's like everything in your life adds to what's happening in your moment. The cop in this story was a young man. When you get older and you get pulled over by a 22-year-old who likes having a gun, it just bothers you. It just bothers you as a person.
See, it shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. Is absolutely right.
It bothers all of us, though.
When I got pulled over by this cop recently, I had my kids in the car, and I know he doesn't have kids, and I don't think there's certain people where they have a kid radar, like they just have a sense of there's kids here. Yeah. That changes how you act, and some people are like, no, they don't. And then later they'll have kids and look back and go, oh, geez,
She have identification on her?
Yeah, exactly. He comes up to my fucking car, 2 cops. I passed a guy. A guy was drifting into the left turn lane close to an intersection.
You don't have to make it sound good for me, Louis.
So I assume that he's going to make a left, so I move to the right of him, pass him on the right, and then he changes his mind and goes into a gas station.
Oh, shit.
On the right. Mm-hmm. So I get pulled over by 2 state troopers, like they needed 2 fucking cars. And they come to each side, and they both have their fucking hands. There's the hand on the gun thing is important, but some guys do it, civilly, and these guys looked fucking hostile, and my kids looked
scared.
Daytime
or nighttime?
Daytime.
Okay.
Middle of the day. 9 in the morning.
Could they see you?
Yeah, I'm very white. I'm driving an Infiniti, and it doesn't have spinning rims. There's no loud music.
Kids are scared.
I'm a balding white man.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And my kids are like, but Daddy, you're white. So the cop comes over and he goes, you know what you did. And I go, well, I'm not sure, honestly. You passed somebody on the right. And I go, oh, well, I thought he was going, like he did that. He had his blinker on. And I go, you know what, sir? I didn't see the blinker, but I assume you're probably right. I probably just had exercised some bad judgment. Like, I'm just trying to get to the fucking ticket.
Right, get to the point.
What's with that inspection sticker? How come the hole isn't punched? I don't know. I went to a gas station and got yeah, you're supposed to have the hole punched. I go, was I supposed to punch it in my actual... He goes, he reaches in and rips he goes, this is coming with me, and rips my inspection sticker off.
Are you shitting me?
Which is putting me now in, like, I gotta drive around without a sticker till I get one.
That guy's a fucking asshole.
He's being an asshole.
Right.
But I still recognize that my role is respect the law, get the paperwork from him. Yes, sir. Get the paperwork.
And it looks like you got a headlight out, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess I shouldn't have had that headlight out, officer. I'm collecting information. I'm getting my paperwork. I'm going to go to court and I'm going to fight it, and I won't pay for these tickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm driving around. Meanwhile, I got to worry about getting pulled over all the time because nobody has inspection stations upstate because the economy is shit. Yeah. And you go to a gas station and go, we don't do inspections anymore. Ripped it off.
What a prick.
Didn't wait for me to explain anything to him or whatever. Just fucking.
That's just a cock.
But still, my role is to act respectful to police, and I'm sure that. So I think that Louis Gates acted. It's wrong to just start yelling. You just don't get to do that. Even if you are in your own house, even if you're being arrested for doing nothing, even if you're being totally. No, he was right. It's not fair. But no, but. But I understand it. That's all. I understand. I empathize with.
He was being extremely belligerent to an officer who was, from what they say, and from certain radio transmissions, that was being as polite as possible to this gentleman, answering a call to a burglary in progress. He gets there. And then he's accused of being a racist, and then the professor starts talking about his mama and shit like that.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, too, though. It's like there's so many parts of this that are like part of this is such a... I think these kinds of things are always good. I think this is a positive thing because it's a conversation the whole country has, and talking about this kind of thing.
See, this is what I was going to say.
Pure positive. I think it's all good.
I was going to say this before. I don't think it is because I think it shows just how close to the surface all this shit is bubbling.
Of course,
and how it's just this fine veneer of spackle.
Yeah, but talking is better than...
But it can't hurt to talk about it.
Talking is better than bubbling, and I think that it's important for people to know what it's like to be a guy like Louis Gates and what it's like to be like this cop and go into the morass of racism every time you answer any kind of a call. Must be very frustrating. But I always also think about Americans, fucking entitled, rich, white, gun-owning Americans who just this castle... fucking house is
castle.
Well,
you're explaining.
Yeah, you are completely describing
your
my
house
life.
Is your castle.
That's right.
Anyone walks in, steps on the lawn, you can shoot them in the fucking mouth. Exactly.
Kablamo.
So in that context, a guy coming into your house and saying anything untoward, you're like, fuck you, you fucking racist fucking faggot cop. Fuck your mother in the ass, you little faggot racist. Get off my fucking property. I'm the president of Harvard, you fucking little Irish South Boston prick. Go shove it in your mother's cunt. I don't care if you fucking brought that basketball player back to life. Fuck you. I'm fucking Louis Gates. I'm calling Barack right now. He's on my fucking speed dial, you motherfucker. I get it. I get that.
Yeah?
I think if you were black, that's what you would say to a cop if he came on your property. Or you just shoot him.
No, I would be very cordial. I would be the pull myself up by my bootstraps kind of a guy. And,
that's what he was. He's like, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps, and I still get fucking arrested for having a jammed door. It's from Louis Gates Jr.'s point of view. It's a complete outrage. I get it. I don't know who it is.
Who's that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wait, is that Snoop? That's Snoop!
I don't know.
What's up?
Wire! What's up?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it is.
Snoop, what's up? I know Snoop.
Yeah, from The Wire.
From The Wire.
Is that kid in The Wire, really?
It might be a girl.
Yeah.
Man, big fan, man.
Snoop.
Hey, yo, man.
Louis C.K.
How are you?
What's up? Holy shit.
How's it going?
I don't know your real name. I know you're Snoop.
It's Snoop. How you feel?
Sit down.
Ed was scared. Ed thought you were doing gang signs or something. You got all scared.
What's up? Oh, yeah.
Can you hear us? Because we're having a race conversation. So it's just funny that we walked over there.
We were talking about Barack fucking
Gates,
Professor,
Louis Gates Jr. I was trying to describe to him what Louis Gates Jr. felt like.
And
of course, Louis is the guy to describe.
Look at me, I know. I know, I've been through it.
Like when the cops come to his house.
I've walked the Louis Gates Jr. walk. I know just what it's like. No, I don't know.
Wow.
Your hair looks good, by the way.
Thanks, buddy.
I say that because in The Wire, how's my hair look?
Yeah.
Played one of the greatest characters ever on The Wire,
Yeah,
Snoop.
man.
Holy shit, you were a scary motherfucker on that show. Holy shit,
It
Jimmy's
was
gonna.
TV. It was
I understand.
scripts, man. I had to do what I was paid for, man. You know.
Jimmy's gonna be so bummed he's not here
Jimmy's
today.
gonna be so pissed. Good.
It's like his favorite show, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Damn,
Jimmy's
what are you
filming
doing,
a movie in Boston, but he'll be back tomorrow.
What? Music. I just had an interview over there. Music, television, reality show ready to come up. You know.
Which one? What are you doing?
Just trying to help kids get on the right track. You know, just like T.I. Road to Redemption. You know, I'm gonna switch it up in my own flavor. So going all over the world, just helping kids. You know, out the ghetto. Go ahead.
Where you from, man? What's that accent? Where are you from?
Baltimore.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
It's different than Sal.
Yeah.
My stepfather's accent.
No, Baltimore is the South.
This.
Baltimore is the
Sounds
South.
like
It's the start of the South.
Yeah, it's just where it starts.
Sal sure don't sound like that.
No. And you were discovered on the streets, right?
Yeah, in a nightclub. Michael K. Williams played a character Omar.
Sure.
And
fucking
he
Omar.
told me come on through. I came on through, and here I am. Make a long story short.
Just
you know?
like that. His whole
Yeah.
life changed because
Yeah.
Omar was in the same
Yeah,
place.
that was God though, man. Sure enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I was on the road to. Woo.
The road to Woo. Woo is just south of Baltimore, I
The
think.
road to woo.
Yeah, you were in the game and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was my past life, you know, selling drugs, trying to make a life for myself, you know, and just put money in my pocket. You know, I tried to do the right thing. You know, I was incarcerated. Tried to do the right thing when
How
I
many
came
years?
home. 6.5 years.
Holy.
So you went to jail and then you tried to change when you came home, you're saying?
and they just downplayed me, man. You know what I mean? It was just crazy. They just fired me. All three
what did you?
jobs. They fired me.
Oh, fired you.
Yeah. I had 3 jobs. They fired me. I said, man, fuck this, man. I'm going on the block, and I'm going to get it in, man.
And you went back to crime?
Hustling. Yeah.
God,
How old were you then?
man.
How old were you then?
When I came home?
Yeah, when you came home, how old were you?
21.
And then you had 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Went back, and that's how long were those 3 jobs?
Ford and all that, making Ford bumpers, you know what I mean? Making $16 an hour. Yeah, I was just coming home. I was living a life.
What did they fire you for?
Because of my background, my criminal background, you know?
Oh, they found out or some shit?
Yeah, but I said it on my job, on my application. Like, I mean, you know how they got the question, have you ever been incarcerated? I put yes, explain, and interview. You know what I mean? And they still hired me, but 2 weeks later they fired me. I say, damn, at least I got 1 paycheck.
What were the other? You worked for Ford. What were the other 2 jobs?
The book company and stacking boxes. Yeah.
God damn, man. Yeah. When'd you get the tats in prison?
No, I waited till I came home. I wasn't trying to catch nothing.
They look too good to be prison tats.
Yeah.
Like, good thing you steered clear of those
Rusty
things.
needle and
Jesus Christ, those things always look like shit.
Who is that? Who's Arnold?
That's my uncle, man.
Your uncle?
Yeah, he passed away while I was locked up. You know, that was like, you know, when you don't know, y'all don't know.
No.
When you're incarcerated, you know, all your friends and like half of your family just, you know, disappear on you. And it's the man that...
He stayed with you?
Yeah, exactly. You know, visits, phone calls, money orders, all that, you know, so he with me to my dying day, you know.
Yeah, that must have meant a lot.
Yeah, it did.
Obviously, gonna get a tad.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's a guy I kind of knew once. I got a tattoo of a guy he gave me.
Talk about that in Grace After Midnight. I got a book out called Grace After Midnight. It's in Barnes and Nobles, Amazon.com. It's in reprint right now. You know what I mean?
Right on.
And I'm writing my second one.
And some kid is stacking that book in a box somewhere. In Baltimore. Where you used to work.
God damn, we don't even have any time left right now.
Just
We
have
ran
me
out of
back,
time.
man. I just
We'd
ran
love to
in
have
to
you
say
back.
hello, man.
Snoop,
I
Jimmy,
said hello, man.
you got to come back when Jimmy's here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jimmy will shit his pants.
Oh, my God. Loves the wire, loves
Put on
Snoop.
all black and run down on him, man. All right, I'll see y'all later, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, Snoop.
Okay, man.
Very cool.
It's Jimmy's.
I got you.
Oh, man.
my God.
I this yesterday for Jim, man.
Oh, you already signed one for Jimmy?
Yeah. Now I'm signing it again for
Sign it
they
again.
had it out
You
there.
never know.
Because I
with
did
Jimmy.
K Slay last night.
Jimmy be like, I'll take 2. Winking, blinking. What a psychopath he is. That's cool, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, you got scared because
I'm like, God damn.
she was giving you all sorts of signs outside the window.
Man, what's up, man? I'll be there. See y'all later.
All right,
Nice
Snoop.
meeting you.
Take it easy.
It was a good show, you guys, today.
Yeah.
Louis, you fucking... I love listening
shit
to
going on.
Louis C.K. He's
Oh.
got a way of looking at things.
yeah.
Did I say he? Who said he?
Who said
All of us
I
said
didn't
he?
say he.
Was I
That's
the
a
only
he.
one?
What?
I know it's not a he.
The whole time.
I said man and dude.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean like man or dude.
That's a man.
No, I wasn't
that's
gonna
a
say
she.
miss.
I knew that
No,
too, but I think I
that's-
might have slipped too.
That's a girl.
Okay. She was nice. She was a nice girl.
Yeah.
I think
She was a nice guy.
officially,
Girl.
who
Yeah.
said he instead of she? I think I got one out. Huh?
Louis did.
Louis did too.
What did I say?
You said he.
To him?
Yeah.
To that?
God damn. No, I was just saying. Dude.
Wait, how did I
You
say
said
he?
dude. Louis said he. What,
But how did-
and
wait,
I was
what-
right there too.
Oh.
You said he. Too.
That's why at the end I said she was giving gang signs to Anthony.
Shit. Holy shit. We are assholes.
Wait, so she got out of jail at 21?
21 had 3
Wait,
jobs.
but before that, she was in for 6.5 years, so she went in at 14,
Young
14
kid,
and a half?
Young.
Damn.
What'd she do?
Well, from what I was told,
She was convicted of attempted murder
Holy shit.
at 14.
Just attempted.
I can't believe Anthony called her a him.
I did not. I was just saying, yeah, man. All right, yeah, hey, dude.
Wow.
I call girls, dude.
Yeah, just like that intern when she was leaving, right? I'll see you
No,
later, dude.
no. Okay, I didn't. You're right, Danny.
Strange.
Yeah.
That was
That was funny timing. That whole
It certainly
very
was after
interesting.
the whole conversation.
Let's
we
meet
had.
a black on black violent. Let's meet one now.
Let's meet one
of questionable sexuality.
You ever ask anybody for 50 cents,
50 cents?
in a not so nice way? Probably.
Probably.
Probably did.
More.
Attempted
Perhaps
murder.
More than that.
Interesting.
Attempted murder, right there.
No, this is why. This is why, Vietnam vets that were in prison meet their torturers, and everybody cries. And
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know you had a. Oh,
now I get it.
See, your mom wasn't nice to you. Well, it's fine then.
And you were fired. You tried to go straight, and that's why you're slinging a rock back on the street again.
And then her manager at Ford would be like, "That's not what fucking happened." Fuck her.
Let me tell you.
I gave her a shot. Why do you think I hired her? We
never lost so many bumpers in a week in my life. Fucking bumpers over each shoulder.
God knows.
You want to buy a bumper?
Yeah.
I'll sell you a bumper.
She'll come back.
Yeah.
You didn't see The Wire, really?
No, I'm not.
I never saw
it.
Oh my God.
Not up to that point.
Fucking intimidating. Wow. Barely acting though, because they got her right off the streets of Baltimore.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like every time when you boil the crazy, fucked up America down to the individual, it just changes how you look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every person has their different weird story. It's never,
it really is.
simple. Like when we did the virus tour. Remember when Carlos was on the show? We had Carlos on, and there was all this anticipation of Carlos being on the show because of Carlos being, the fucking notorious thief and Rogan and all that shit that happened.
Right.
And so Carlos was coming on the tour, and I remember I was looking on the whack bag on your group
board,
and they're all saying, there was all these planned protests, like, they were actually, somebody was trying to see if they could organize just the entire stadium just walking out silently.
Let me organize an entire stadium.
And so what was going to happen? So,
God bless him for trying. God bless him for trying, though.
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody has a picture, and I think it was Lindsay, your at the time fiance. I don't know if you guys you're married now, right?
Yeah.
So she had this picture of all the comedians at the curtain, like little boys at Christmas trying to peek. Every comedian trying to look through the curtain while Carlos is on stage.
Oh, wow, that's
it's a great shot.
Yeah, and Carlos, nobody knew what was going to happen, and he went on. The first show was Detroit. I remember all this very clearly. And Detroit went on to a rain of a light shower of booze. And he just fucking murdered, killed, not only stamped out the booze, but did then another 40 minutes
and killed,
just destroyed. Same thing in New Jersey. But he fucking destroyed. But so Carlos and I flew together to L.A. after the show, and we just happened to sit right next to each other. And I don't know Carlos that well, but I know him. And so I asked him very directly about all that shit, about all the stealing and stuff. And he and I talked for a whole flight about it. And I now have a very complicated view. I'm not sure what the fuck happened, and it's not that he weaseled his way. It's just that his view of it is complicated. He has a narrative. He has a story about what happened with all that stealing stuff, and with Rogan, and with Cosby, and with everybody. It's just really interesting.
I like not knowing the individual story.
It's filthy and it's complicated, and it's not so easy to point. If you just listen to a person,
I look at the big picture.
Yeah, you can't point at a person and go, "You're just a fucking dirty thief." Fucking Joe Rogan's awesome. You're a piece of shit. Fuck Dane Cook. You're all blah blah blah. It's just too easy. If you meet a person, talk for 5 minutes, you go, "Oh, geez, I can't really say this." I
gotta accent that story too, because he was feeling that energy that the crowd was giving him, and everyone going, "Oh my God, Carlos was on this tour," and we just went, like you said, for the Rogan thing and all that. When he finished that set, it was a relief of energy.
Yes.
He threw that. I think he does do the microphone throwing it down thing.
Yeah, he does the thing where he jacks off the mic and spits over the top, so it looks like it's coming, and then he throws it on the floor, and it was beautiful.
But there was a little more.
Like a symphony.
There was a little more to it. Night. He really said, "Well, there you go, motherfuckers."
Yeah, exactly. And as a comedian, I was so impressed. We all were.
Yeah.
That he overcame that, and just by being fucking good. And on the flight home, I said that. What was that like? That was ballsy. And he goes, I was terrified. And to find out
adrenaline.
That he was really scared, it wasn't because he was like, fuck everybody. He was like, this is the only way through this, because I might get booed and it's going to suck. He was scared.
There's two people in the back going, "Come on, our silent protest, let's all leave." Guys, we promised we were going to. Asshole.
There's a stranger outside the studio.
Another one?
Kind of looks like Ron from Ron and Fez, but I'm not really sure.
Really?
Is Ronnie out there?
Holy shit, look at the time.
Ronnie, are you out there?
I gotta apologize.
Yeah, we're running into Ron and Fez time. We better get out of here.
Sorry
I was hoping
there,
he would
Mr.
come in and say
Bennington.
hi, but he ran off.
Look at that.
A lot of activity outside the studio.
all.
We better get out of here.
All right.
Louis, it was a pleasure, man.
Oh, there he is.
Thank you.
Ronnie.
Sorry, Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie.
Sorry, Ron.
What?
We're kind of...
Louis fucking CK is here.
Oh, Ronnie.
Ronnie B starts late.
Oh, Ronnie.
I would love, though, to come in at like 6 and someone else is doing a show and you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, just
I
sit
wish you
around
guys
for a
would keep
while.
on going. I was really just planning on starting the show with a nap anyway. Fucking plenty. Hey, I don't know if you guys want to hang around today, but Skinner Boys are going to be rocking.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For real?
And I'm
Wow.
down for an Artist Confidential.
Yeah.
Real hopes they do Freebird. I don't know whether they're going to do it or not. This might be the one show they didn't.
We're not really sure what's going to happen.
because every show you're there, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it or not.
You really have to shout it out for them to do it.
Yeah. You got to bring a Freebird.
You got to get your lighters up.
Wow, did that sound gay?
That's
Does that sound a little gay? The way he said that?
just a little bit.
Yeah.
I usually now only see Fez walking past the garage now. It's a quick little hi by the garage. I miss you guys.
Here's what you don't understand. Before the show, because Fez hates radio so much, he has to keep walking around the fucking block.
I take a lap. I take a relaxation lap.
And I know the bad days because he goes around and around and around. And you just see him mumbling himself like, I know I belong in this business. I know I don't. I know I can do this.
Yeah, it was just last night. People were complaining, like, what happens? How come you guys don't, you're not on the Ron and Fez show anymore? And stuff. I go, it's the logistics of this fucking building.
I talked to Ope about this. I think we ought to do a live show in the fall.
Yeah.
A little Afro show.
I would have no problem with that, my friend.
In the same way that we did the Dave's wedding.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys plan nothing because you're fucking lazy and sloppy.
And we just watch.
You guys watch
all the planning.
You hone it to a fine sheen, and everything comes off without a hitch.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We just come in freeload.
Oh, boy, do we.
Louis going, I can't believe I'm still here. I can't fucking believe it's
It's after 11.
I'm Emmy nominated.
Emmy nominated.
Yeah, we're gonna lose him soon. We know. We know how this works.
I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna, by the way, be the other Emmys, the Creative Arts ones, which means it won't be on television. It's on the cusp. Yeah, they might not. I'm gonna get it it'll be presented to me by like Jamie Farr. It'll just be fucking in front of some people.
He's doing good.
And a ceremony earlier this week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sad when that happens.
All right, let's get out of here so these guys can
let
start
them
their
do
show.
their show.
Oh, you guys staying? Is that
I
what
can
you're saying?
listen to the whole thing on the
for a
way
while?
home, which is good.
Dude, we
Usually I
avoid
gotta
that
listen
side
to
of
the news until you guys come on.
We avoid that side of the floor. We sneak out this way, and we're out.
It is. It's
no meetings for us.
It's like Mission Impossible. We drop down on cables through the
Look
elevator.
at Louis making believe he's got a fake phone call.
Yes, Hollywood? Yes.
Louis just grabbed his phone and ran out like Hollywood's calling.
A 3-picture deal
He wants
for
out.
LCK.
Just to think, a year ago I was a soda jerk.
And now look at me. The Madcap Manhattan Weekend.
He thinks we haven't seen that move before.
I know.
The fake
I know.
phone call
Look at him.
gets me out of the room immediately.
What? My grandmother.
I'll be right there, guys. I gotta go.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
She fell and got cancer or something. It's awful.
And he can't be the guy that questions it.
Right.
You know?
Hold on, the reception's better on the other side of this door.
Yeah,
What-
hold on.
During our meetings, I always tell Fez, when I cough, wait 30 seconds and start crying. And we get, seriously, we've had 2 bladder meetings, and Watley's cried during both of them.
Perfect.
You have to cuddle you. Does Bladder try to hold your head?
No. He's not the touchy, he's not Wiki.
No, he's not the touchy-feely Don Wickland type of guy.
Wiki would be like, Fez!
Yeah, that side of the building's a little more serious.
Yeah, literally.
I want to. Literally. It's just no XM. I don't even try to say Sirius XM anymore. I work for Sirius. You see one XM on the badges or anything that you got?
No,
nothing.
No.
It's getting smaller. You can see it. It's getting smaller.
They're finally purging.
How's the fake phone call?
Well, it was good. It was.
I'm going to the Mets game. I just meet a
I
friend
still
there.
haven't been to City
We
Field.
thought it was Jack Warner.
Jack Warner. right, let's get out of here so Ron and Fez could do their program.
What's on the show today there, Ronnie?
A lot of great stuff. Stuff we're thinking about.
Oh, hang on. We have a phone call.
You're like us. You get the You're like us. You get the sheet and go, oh, this is what we're talking about today. All right.
Dave's ideas.
More.
Dave's ideas. I got a bit. Don't you hate it when you're eating shit and you accidentally come? I think everyone does that, Dave. It doesn't work that way.
Holy shit.
The disgusting 1%.
Yeah. Save that for the Sam and Dave show. When you guys argue over what toy you're playing with.
We officially fired Sam, though.
He's fucking useless.
There was a hot girl that came walking by the window.
Yeah.
We immediately hired her and fired Sam. We had to make room for
I thought that
her.
was Sam.
No,
He's normally confused for hot girl.
Will she be wearing Mouseketeer ears too, or
Yeah, you could divvy those up and really have some good Mouseketeer ears.
Why don't you guys fucking end every show with M.I.C. See you real soon, kids.
See you, cunt.
Ronnie's on to something with the Mouseketeer. It's very close now. Yeah, no.
Oh, that makes it straight.
Don't act like that doesn't look stupid. Don't be outraged. I mean, go ahead and walk around like that, but don't be like, what?
Maybe,
Crazy. That's the craziest.
Maybe it would look good if you were on a Harley going 90 miles an hour.
It makes no sense. What?
It is really dumb.
I mean, you know it. You have to know it, right? You're being ironic with that, right?
Sam's going to defend himself.
That's not how a person walks around.
I'm just saying it's not a Mouseketeer necessarily.
Oh, Jesus.
And you should
it matters what's stupid about it.
You should see how cute.
Like, it matters what specifically is shitty about that haircut.
Punch up a picture of his girl. You see how cute.
I mean, it looks retarded, not asshole-ish.
Hair, and he's got a cute girlfriend and everything.
It's a character look.
No, it's like there's comedians that cut their hair a certain way, and then that's their opening line, and they keep cutting. They go, oh, look at me. Well, you cut it like that. Go fucking brush it out and get a fucking act. Fucking hack.
Oh, look at it. Look at her. That's his girlfriend.
Well, seriously?
God, that annoys me. Because you got stupid fucking bubble head.
You
That's
guys
your
asked
girlfriend?
me to grow my hair out.
She's mine starting tomorrow.
Soulful eyes.
Some girls like to be with guys that won't fuck them.
She's got a weird quirk.
That's not the case in this situation.
Yeah, you should defend yourself on that a little bit. You know.
She sees a guy with hair like that and goes, he won't have the balls to rape me.
She wants him to cut it,
He'll
right?
buy me things and never have to fuck him.
That's not what's going on
She
at
wants
all.
you to cut
I know,
the
it's
hair,
so
right?
unfair.
She want you
I'm
to
just,
cut it?
Yeah, she preferred it much shorter.
What woman
I
would
think
go, no,
America
please keep
prefers
that.
it much shorter.
This is from Afro Wars, which ended a year and a half ago.
Yep.
Dave never admitted defeat.
Dave's had 2 kids since that
He's
fucking
insane.
contest started.
He's clinically insane.
Yeah, well, that's true, too.
Danny's got stupid hair, too.
What? Ronnie,
No, Danny doesn't have
why is it
stupid
so
hair.
hard to talk
Danny
inside
looks like
Dave?
Danny has a hat.
As everyone talks.
What happened?
Well, I try to have a little small talk with Dave, you know, between the 2 shows, and he panics and runs away. What's that about?
He doesn't like you.
At least I know now.
He's got an Opie thing. He calls it.
He puts candy in his asshole and then eats it. So when a guy puts candy in his asshole and then eats it, when you see him in the hallway, you don't go, I wonder why. Does he have a problem with me?
Why is he so non-social?
I figured I would try to get to know him finally.
God, what did I do to upset that
We've
fucking
used him so
filthy
badly over the
weirdo?
years. I figured, you know what? Let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
Sure.
Holy shit, he runs away. And Sam's going to kill himself for the show soon, which is awesome.
I'm not. I've been asked to kill
He
myself.
just hasn't figured out which way
Let's
yet.
do it, Sam.
I'm not going to.
That's a big thing for
Oh,
the
hi,
show.
Dave.
Oh, God.
There's Dave.
Fuck,
hi,
get
Dave.
out. Just because you heard your name.
Dave.
Oh, hi, Dave.
What's the problem, man? I love you. That's why it's hard for me to talk to you.
Uncomfortable guy
Dave.
stuff.
Yeah, see.
All right, I'm leaving now.
Overacting.
Now look what you did.
Come on, we're on good terms now.
You don't want to be part of the overacting gene. That's going to
Over the top
Yeah.
acting.
Dude, Louis is turning bright red.
I'm your biggest fan.
I'm biggest fan.
I love Eastside Dave.
Just leaving.
I'm going to go to the Mets game, guys.
All right. Have
See you
fun.
later.
He's not even faking a phone call.
No, he's
Way to
just
go.
leaving.
Way to go.
Leaving. What are we doing
Now
here?
fucking Opie's
Oh,
leaving.
great. Now we're gone.
Where you going?
Opie's going.
Where you going,
Opie?
No. Come on.
Is there any beer?
Oh, no.
Opie, don't go.
Yeah, I gotta go.
No. Oh, Jesus.
Now, Anthony,
I'm
He
sorry.
just unclipped his baby laptop. Oh, no.
Anthony, come back here.
forget
Come
it.
back here.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm
Come
not
on, no,
staying.
Roddy.
Fuck this.
Come on, Rod,
You
stay.
ruined everything.
Stay.
His afro.
Great. It's the best.
Fuck.
Fuck this.
All right. No,
I
don't
hate
go,
this
Mr.
all
Fez.
now. I can't stay here. I hate all this now.
no,
it's
not
all
you,
turned
Fez.
awful. Horrible.
I'm leaving too, Dave.
Looks like it's finally special delivery. Afternoons.
You've said everyone, Dave. I'm leaving.
Actually, I got to do the replay too.
All right, guys. I guess I'll be here by myself. Well, I've never had such a large audience before. All right, well, I guess everyone's gone, so I don't know if we're going to hit buttons or I'm going to keep talking, but all right, well, I think, stretch it out? Oh, boy. All right, well, 202 audience and Sirius and 197, we have lots of stuff coming up on the Ron Fez show. I think we should hit the buttons and begin the Ron Fez show is what I think we should do. That's just a personal radio standpoint. I think we should, no, I'm not going to stretch. I'm leaving too now. Goodbye!